Welcome to the second episode of CrunchBites. This is where it's like the Crunchcast, but shorter, just like 15 minutes, and we just focus on a question and nothing else. Question number 2 from Sean Marino. I've been laid off. I'm between jobs. What should I do in the meantime? All right, so we decided I'm going to start this off because I've been laid off so much and enjoy my between time. Look, first of all, exercise. Because you're probably going to be sitting around the house a lot. Learn to cook because you're going to be sitting around the house a lot, and you got to be careful with your money. Now obviously you want to focus on getting your portfolio straight. If you get laid off, your portfolio should be updated, as John has said and I've said many times. Every quarter, update your portfolio, update your resume, get right. You got to be ready. And between those times, when you're laid off and you're not doing anything, just work on portfolio pieces. Keep pushing yourself. Learn new tech. Learn new tools. This is the time you have. I've been lucky enough that I'm one of those guys. I always save money. I believe in this so hard to be frugal as F. And by F, I mean fuck. You've got to save your money. Because these layoffs happen. It's a volatile industry. You've got to be ready. If you don't have money and you got to find a job quick, that can be tough, and I say more power to you, and good luck with that. Fast moves are also very expensive. Hopefully you can get like some sort of move bonus or sign-on bonus. But what I like to do, again, if you've got enough money saved up just to kind of pay rent or whatever, you can chill for a bit, do it. Because a lot of times game developers don't relax. We work all the time. We crunch hard, long days. So when you get the time, enjoy it. If you've got the money and all that stuff, like I said before, take a vacation, catch up on video games, enjoy yourself. But also at the same time, if you're just going to be sitting around the house, exercise is important. Cooking your own meals is important. You can learn a lot now. Catch up on books, movies, all that kind of media. This is your vacation time. Consider it a sabbatical, if you will. But focus on your career, make sure people know that you need a job, and next.
All right, so what this could be described as is a Batman question, because obviously Batman's superpower, amongst being able to punch people really fast, is that he's always prepared. Batman is never caught unawares. He prepares himself for the inevitable, the unknown. And what you're talking about here is, I think kind of the tenor of the question is that what if you find yourself without a job suddenly, as will happen sometimes. And a lot of what Chris was saying I agree with, but the truth of the matter is a lot of the time you're not going to be prepared. So what other things besides catch up on your cooking and your exercise can you do? Obviously you want to do whatever, as a creative or even as a technical person, you need to do things that keep your pilot light lit. You don't want your creative sparks to go out, as they were. So whatever inspires you, whatever inspired you in the first place, try to find a way to reconnect with that. And while you're doing that, don't let people forget about you. You need to apply as much as you have about your social networks and spend some of if you don't have real capital or savings, you need to start spending your social capital. You don't want to be that guy who's just begging people for jobs, but you need to let people know, hey, I'm still here, I'm still relevant, I still want to work, I'm just in between stuff. So whatever it takes to do that, whether it's you're posting on Polycount or your presence at GDC or any of the number of conferences, which hopefully happen somewhere in your immediate vicinity, and look for ways to volunteer within your community. If you happen to have a decent school, consider teaching for a while, or even just a minimum instruction. Sometimes being a teacher can be one of the best ways to learn new things.
Nice. So is that you?
Nice.
All right, early. Moving on.
All right, I agree with everything that John just said, including social capital, socializing, getting out there, and being a part of a community. If you've been laid off and this is your first time being a part of a community, you're doing it fucking wrong. Be a part of a community now. Now when you don't need it. Get to know people now when you don't need them. Get to know people and socialize and post your work and network and do it when you don't need it. Make it a habit so that when you do need it, you're the guy that's always been there, that is more likely to get help. Work your ass off. The second you're laid off, most like many states, like including Texas, will let you file for unemployment online. File for unemployment as soon as you get the fuck home. And if you don't have all your art saved from where you're working already, you should. Always have everything saved, everything kept up. Always update your portfolio quarterly, no matter how well you think things are going. Always keep backups of your shit on your own computer. Always keep things ready for your portfolio. Always have that shit ready. Always have it ready to go. The instant you get laid off, file for unemployment, and then go to GameDevMap, GameDevMap.com, and apply every single job there on the site all over the world, no matter what. Don't hold back from applying for a company just because you think that, oh, I wouldn't want to live there. Fuck it. It's not a choice at that point. There's not even a choice. It's not a possibility. Apply for everything. When they like you, when they interview, when they talk to you, when they give you an offer, only at that point is that an option. So work your ass off, put your portfolio together, and apply for every company. Don't put everything all down on one company. Apply for every company in the fucking world, because so a company is always looking for every single person they think could be the best fit for that position, not just you. If you're applying and that's the only company you're applying for, you're being stupid. Apply for every company you can possibly apply for. Don't put all your hopes on one company. Don't put all your dreams on one company. Update your portfolio, send out to everybody, and just push that shit out there, work your ass off, stay up all night, fuck social interaction, fuck anything. Like Chris said, be frugal, focus. Like John said, use your social capital, sit down, and rock. Your job is getting a job. Done.
Nice. Oh, hey, Jesse?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and follow what John just said, but I'm going to twist it up a little bit. Apply everywhere. For sure. What I'm gonna say is definitely pick an art style that you would like and focus on that. Get really good at that. If you love making weapons, you want to make the most believable, AR-7s or whatever. Just focus on making awesome, realistic weapons and fill your portfolio up with that. If you love WoW, if you love hand painted textures, then focus and do that. Live, breathe, eat art, basically. This is your chance to get better at your skill and to really stand out. This way, this is mainly for the people that want to focus on a single quote unquote studio, or don't want to focus on a single quote unquote studio, but do have a preference in art style. That's what I would suggest. That's what I did, or that's what I'm doing currently. Is I'm trying to get really good at a very specific art style. The next thing I could say is, like what John had added before, is John Henderson, reconnect with what made you passionate about art as well. Go outside. You do have now a couple more hours to go out and do things. Join that community, or hopefully you are a part of that community. And there's nothing worse than being part of a community and seeing everyone that shows up right when the layoffs get there, and they're just like, "Hello, I'm looking for a job," and it's like, we want to build a community and help each other stay afloat. And if you become friends, it's all about helping people that you care about and things like that. So make sure that you're involved in as many community activities as possible. And if you're getting laid off, then you should hopefully have more time now to be part of all these community activities. As I said, live, breathe, eat art, and do your portfolio stuff. Focus on that art style that you want to do, and then apply. That's all I got, really.
Cool, right on. We're coming in light.
I completely agree. Like, don't be the guy that shows up only when he needs a job. Be the guy that shows up because you love the game, you love the community, you love what you do, and you want to be a part of it. You want to interact with people. This even if it isn't physically, even if it's just on Polycount, CG Talk, or whatever sucks that isn't Polycount. even if that's all that you do, keep doing that and be a part of it. Nobody wants to be the fucking guy that only shows up when they need something, because everybody can see that guy from a mile away and won't give a fuck about him. Whereas if you're the guy that was already there, that's been a part of the community, that's gotten to know people, that's gotten to do stuff, you are so much more likely to receive benefits from being a part of that community for when you need it but aren't pushing it like you do.
Yeah.
So many better things will come from you just for being a part of the community and really trying. And not just being a poser that shows up, you know?
Maybe the way to think about it, since we started off by talking about financial concerns about saving and investing, maybe being part of a community and socializing is the way to think about it is investing and saving your social capital for when you need it. Now, you're not going to think about it as a lot of people do. They show up when they're laid off and they have nothing else to do. And people are like, well, who are you? Did you know that we have these beer nights every month? You know, you could have been coming to them when you had the job. And it's awkward in that place because obviously you're going to have most game developers are at least a little bit introverted. You know, extroverted game developers like John Jones are rare comparatively. So they may have an inborn aversion to socializing, but you got to get past it. Just like saving, you got to have some kind of discipline. You got to remind yourself, hey, these people need to know who I am because the chips may be down one day.
And people that are your friends you can socialize with, you can get a lot more out of that. I'm not saying, hey, I have more friends so I can borrow money from them. I'm talking about people that can just, they like you, so they just help you while you're down. Yeah, I always like helping, help people out. And if you're one of those social guys and people know who you are, that's fantastic. But one of the other things I want to talk about was John Jones's preemptive strike concept, which I believe in so much. I felt like I harped on a bit myself. The idea that you should be always ready for a layoff. You should have your art backed up. You should have your portfolio ready to be updated. That kind of stuff is muy importante.
Dude, that's not my thing. That's our thing. That's the same thing you and I have been talking about ever since we knew each other.
Because you never know when it's going to happen.
I've known Chris since before I had pubic hair.
Well, you were 12. Anyway, go ahead.
No, that's all I had.
Actually, I have a what is it, John? It's time for the Crunchcast Crunch session. I don't know. I have a devil's advocate on the whole thing too, where maybe the layoff is time for you to go and explore different things, because you might find something that you're really passionate about that's not video games. The video game industry can be really cutthroat and really rough. But say suddenly you start doing what Chris says and you start cooking and you're like, hey, I really like to cook. So now it's time, go take cooking classes. Perhaps that will lead to something else or help inspire your art in a way you never thought was possible. So I'm always up for exploration. Like I said, briefly, go outside and do new things. Just take that time to live.
Absolutely, you can learn so much just from tackling some other concept. Go ahead.
That's fucking awesome. Yes. Live your life. Do stuff. I mean, games aren't everything. If games aren't really for you, the only thing Chris and I have ever talked about doing, it's about working toward getting in video games, but it's because we love working in video games and our lives are pretty fucking cool, and we want to be able to bring people up to that. But if video games aren't necessarily your thing, maybe getting laid off is a kickstart into living the life that you want.
Yeah.
Be open.
Oh, absolutely. I've learned so much from this. I mean, shit. Like I said, with the cooking thing, you know how many new recipes I'm discovering and figuring out? This is fantastic. I've been reading so many. You know how many books I've read since I laid off? One. No, but it was a Stephen Hawking's book, so it was very difficult. But nice. I learned so much. I'm catching up on all my books. I'm catching up on so many video games. Oh, it's wonderful. Anybody else? We got a few seconds.
No.
It's like Stephen Hawking. A brief history of the omelet.
Stephen Hawking and Julia Child. Or Alton Brown if you're nasty.
All right.
So how dare you bring up the person I use when I want to last longer during sex, John? Julia Child.
Oh, at least it's not Alton Brown.
Well, all right, guys. That's probably going to be our time wrapping up. Again, I didn't do the intro, so thank you, Jesse Sosa, John Henderson, and John Jones for another Crunch Bites. It's been great.
CrunchBite.
Crunch Bites!
Awesome.